So this is Camilla. She's a female.
I like the flower names, the flowers and urns. Like that really quick shake off, and then she buzzes right in here. She's already seen me. She's on her way over here. She just, there's stuff. She's super like climby. Hi. Hi.
In this letter, in the girls, we're looking for a girl who could be a breeding prospect for another program,
Okay.
and also to do sports.
I can already say she's a sports prospect. Like that entry,
Yeah.
I like the, she's 100% a sports prospect. This one could probably do any sports. She's not crazy over the top with the energy, but she's definitely energetic. The way that she's engaging with me is a little pushier, a little more physical, a little punchy. That's the word I was looking for with the other puppy. But she's gentle in her approach at the same time. So she's one you could take up or take down based on how you handled and trained her. But she's got plenty of energy, and she's very environmentally confident and very physically confident. And when we're thinking about things like agility, we want a dog that's super physically confident. So, Hi, little one. Hello. And she's not at all touch shy. It just calms her down a little bit. And then she's like, but we could play. Let's see what she does with this. You will probably get into it. Yeah. I like that she's not super mouthy though.
She's going for your hand.
with her feet, and it just makes a puppy easier to live with when they're not super mouthy. But if you want a dog that's gonna really engage you with toys for like agility, where you really need that tug, or a lot of people like that tug, you might have to build that with her. But she's interested in the chasing part of it. She's just not mouthy. So pluses and minuses. Hi, what you got here?
I'll bring you a toy.
Yes, says I bring it and we play with that. Got it? There, she got a little bit of tug. You could build it. You just have to encourage it because it's not her natural inclination. There was a little mouth, so it's in there. And I only say that, like, if she were going to a pet home, I would be all about the lack of mouth because it makes her so much easier to live with. Like, you and I have both recently had puppies that were total alligators, and it's painful. Hi. She's not gonna be
And she brought it to you.
I know, she brought it back, she retrieved. She's definitely a sports prospect. Hi. Good off switch. When I pick her up, she calms right down. She's still engaged. What I want to see, and I'm going to hold her for a minute because I want to see if she's happy to sit here or if she's like, put me down. Let's go do the thing. She wanted it, but then she accepted not being put down. So again, she's going to be really responsive to amping up or amping down, depending on how you handle and train her. You could take her either direction, which it makes her a nice, fun dog to live with and work with. She's kind of like what I was thinking I would like in my next personal dog, because I would still want this trainability, but I want just like...
She pee-peed.
Oh, goodness.
A lot.
Good thing we got the stuff here now. Oh, don't walk in it. You walk all in it. Come here, little girl. Come here. I know. I'm picking you up weird. Come here. Why don't you sit right down that little hole?
I'm going to bring pads for the next one.
Yeah, we'll bring pads.
Yeah. For some reason, I guess they did not potty on the...
Well, they were out. They had the chance. They were too distracted.
Yeah.
I'm just using a ton of paper towels here. Get it up quickly, because I know you're bored. You're like, this is not fun. This is not what I signed up for. This is boring. She accepts it though. Look how quickly she calmed down. That's really good to see. In a dog with as much energy as she has, that ability to just kind of chill, and it took me restricting her for a second, but she accepted it so well. So again, like thinking about it in practical terms of what that's going to be like to live with and work with, crating, she's going to be more likely to accept with training and actually chill out about it. Those moments when you're living with her in daily life and nothing fun is going on, she's more likely to accept that. You know, if you're exhausted and you do just want to chill on the couch, she's going to be able to take that energy down. I mean, look how calm she is now. She went from buzz, buzz, buzz. Part of it is she's like, wow, that stinks. But a lot of it is that I just didn't let her get out of my lap for a second. I could easily amp her back up from that.
Hello. Do you want to go back and play? You want to play some more? Let's go play some more. Here. You're free puppy. Woohoo. You want to play with the elephant? You liked the elephant before. Hi. Oh, hi. I know. Hello. Hello.
Social butterfly here too. She's super outgoing.
She's like, oh, I like the chasing game.
She is more interested in my hands. She's very people oriented, which she's just gonna be easy. Like if you want to work her, she's gonna be a sport dog, but not the kind of like really hard to live with, amped, stubborn sport dog that a lot of sport dogs are. She's gonna be a pleasant, easy sport dog. Oh, what do you think about that? Did not like the scent, but so scent work might not be her thing. But I also just sprayed the cleaner, so there's a lot of smell.
Yeah, you have it right on top of this.
And it's right on top of it because that's where we are. So it's kind of hard to say. Here, you wanna get it over here? Yeah, she just doesn't seem to be much interested. But again, her nose may be flooded because we did just spray the cleaner.
Yeah.
But I also, you know, when we have dogs that are really nosy that come in, they're doing a lot of sniffing. And I really haven't seen her sniff at all. On the downside, scent work may not be her thing. Although you probably could with enough reinforcement, pretty much any dog can learn to do that. On the upside, you know, if you're trying to do rally or agility, you're not going to have a dog very physically confident, that is, you know, constantly nose on the ground, just trying to go for walks. A dog that's not super sniffy is easier to do other stuff with. So it just depends on what you want to do.
Let's try this one. What do you think about this one? Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, yum, yum. Food motivated. They've all been pretty food motivated. I like that we already see the test right there. She engages with the problem, but she pretty quickly was asking me what I thought about it and for help. Even with this, where most puppies will problem solve this on their own. She's no dummy though. The second time around, she's got it. I'm gonna give her a third chance. Yeah, once she's got it, she's got it. Good girl. Okay, and we already know what she's gonna do. She's gonna try for a second, and then she's gonna ask for help. She said, oh look, found a bonus.
She says, hi, will help.
Yeah.
So again, not surprising with what we've seen with this puppy from the beginning. As a working prospect or sport prospect, she's gonna work with you, and that's what we're testing with this. 3 things. Problem solving. We layer our tests when we do them. Okay. Let's grab a cookie and let's do something else. Come here. We're looking at problem solving, we're looking at persistence, and we're looking at partnering.
So I'm going to ask a kind of dumb question, maybe not a dumb question. For myself, I feel that's a dumb question, but I think it's an important question for me to ask because I realize that there's very like small behavior that we're looking for, that for anyone who's not experienced with the testing, that may just seem like random acts of...
Random, right.
And how do we know that's not random? And
because with the partnering thing, with which one? The partnering thing?
The partnering.
Yeah, because that's why I repeat it for one thing. So I want to see if they do the same thing the second time around, which she did. She did it twice. So that tells us already that it's not random. But what we're looking for is a really subtle behavior. So when I'm doing that, what I'm trying to see is, like I said, there's 3 layers. I want to see first, when I put the lid halfway on, can they solve that problem, and are they interested in solving the problem? Some puppies get frustrated and just start banging it around. Other puppies you can see get really focused and work with it. She was kind of in the middle on that. So the way they engage with that problem, I am watching for really subtle behaviors, but it's just kind of experience. Having done this a lot, I know what it looks like. And then the second one is easy for anybody to see. Its persistence. When we close it up and she can't get to it, how long and how forcefully does she continue to try? Because you've got some puppies that are gonna they're gonna bite it, they're gonna pick it up, they're gonna carry it around, they're gonna try to chew their way through it, and they're gonna paw at it. They're gonna be really independent with trying to solve that, and they're really gonna keep on trying to solve it for a long period of time. That's persistence. And what that tells us living with the puppy is if they're less persistent, then they're less dedicated to a problem that we're trying to solve. So if you're looking for like a working dog, that might not be good. But if you're looking for a pet that's going to live in a home, if they're trying to get in the trash can and it's not easy, they're going to give up. So it is good. It just kind of depends on what you're wanting from the puppy. And then the third one is partnering, which is the hardest to see. And what I'm looking for there is when she tries to get the thing open and she can't, does she continue to persist in independently problem solving it? So again, it's layered on top of the other factor. Or does she immediately look at me and come back to me and be like, hey, human, help. Some puppies want that human help, and that shows you a puppy that's going to work in close partnership with a human versus be really independent. Right. So it's subtle, but I'm looking for how quickly, I'm measuring how long it takes her to re-engage with me and whether she does actively re-engage with me. And what I like with her specifically is almost right away, the very first time she didn't instantly solve the problem, she made eye contact with me. It was quick, but she made eye contact with me, she looked at me, and she came over and she pawed at me, which is, we all know, we've all lived with dogs, that's their version of, hey you, I want the thing. And that tells you she's going to engage me as the means to the end of whatever it is she wants. And that's going to make her easier to train in a lot of respects, especially for partnership type activities like agility or rally. It won't matter as much if I wanted to do more independent stuff like scent work. Okay. So again, just what you're looking for. I love that she keeps bringing me the toys. She really wants me engaged with her. So downside to this puppy, she's going to be kind of high maintenance in the sense that she needs a lot from me. She'll independently play. She's done that from the beginning. If she's not getting it from me, like right now, she knows I'm not giving her quality attention. But she tried to engage with me for a really long time. So you could also look at just that as another aspect of testing partnership, is how long I can ignore her and how much she's going to keep trying. Even that, she goes away, she comes back. So she's not going to self-entertain super great. She could probably be trained to. I really think her personality is versatile enough. You can increase these attributes or decrease them pretty easily. But in terms of like her innate tendencies, she really wants to be with me and do stuff with me and be engaged with me. But if I want a sport dog, this is fantastic.
Right.
Again, for a sport dog, this is fantastic. Like, she saw me have the thing, it was scary, she goes straight to it. She's like, what do we do with that thing?
Here, puppy, look at this. What about it? What about it? Yeah?
She says, I don't know. But she's not afraid of it. Again, she's looking to me to say, what do we do with this? What's the point of this game?
Hi. She says, I don't see it, I don't understand it. But that's okay. I'll just come over here.
Okay. Whoa. Very physically confident.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold on to her because she's the sort who's going to run right into this and scare herself.
What was that? What is that? Good girl, yeah. Good girl.
She's the first puppy who's ever tried to climb up on that to get into the umbrella.
What you got?
Super physically confident. No visual sensitivity. A little bit with the noise, but it didn't phase her. It was just like, I'm trying. Yeah, the noise makes her stop and look around. but it doesn't phase her. So she doesn't have any what I would call noise sensitivity, just know that she is aware of noises. So again, if you're looking for a sport prospect, I would expose her strategically, not during fear periods, but early to really noisy environments like show sites. So that she just learns that noise is normal and gets super used to it. Dryers, anything that you're gonna need her to be totally chill with that's noisy, I would work on those exposures proactively. Lots of treats, lots of food, lots of engagement, make it positive and fun. She'll be fine. I'm not seeing any sensitivity, but she notices it more. And her inclination with the noise is to stop and think about it and question rather than her inclination with the visual, which is to go attack it. So again, like very easy preventative maintenance. But if you want to show puppy, sport puppy, I would do that preventative maintenance.
And she's gonna shred your papers.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's right into that. She's looking for trouble now. She's like, I'm amped. This is fun. This is awesome. I really like this puppy.
Goodness. Goodness. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi.
Yeah. As a family dog, because we didn't talk about that at all. As a family dog, she needs activity and she needs FaceTime. So should you find in virtually any situation, but you need to be prepared to have an active, busy, interactive puppy that is gonna want your attention and she's gonna want to do stuff. So you need to be wanting a puppy to do things with. You could probably de-amp her a little bit so that she was happy to do calmer things than, like agility or something like that, but she still needs stuff to do. But this is your like punchy, busy hiking companion that I just said the last puppy could hike and do those things, but he wasn't going to be like this. This is, those two total opposites, and that's what I was referring to. This dog will do your 10-mile hikes and think it's just awesome, and then she'll wake up the next day and she'll be like, it's a new day. All right, what are we doing today?
What are we doing?
Paddleboarding. Cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then the next day, that was great yesterday. What's on today's agenda? It's Aaron.
Oh,
Give me a puppy.
hi. All right.